Is it hair loss or is it hair shedding? That's actually a great question because there's a huge difference, and it's very important that we look at the differences between what's normal and excessive hair loss and hair shedding. In this video, I'll break down the key differences of each so you know what steps you actually need to be taking. So you don't want to miss this. Stay tuned till the end. Also, real quick before we get started, it would mean the world to me if you hit the like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and turn the bell on next to it to stay up to date with new weekly videos. Let's start off with hair shedding. And if there's one takeaway I want you to get out of this, is that hair shedding is normal. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong or you have a deficiency in something. It's normal. In fact, you'll lose about 50 to 100 strands of hair a day. You might notice it in the shower of all places the most. Now, there's no point to sit there and count each and every strand of hair, so I'll provide a visual. This is what 100 strands of hair look like. If you're noticing you're losing about this much, you should be in the clear. And while shedding as many as 100 hairs each day sounds like it's a lot, it's all relative. Because remember, we humans have about 100,000 hair follicles, and shedding is needed to initiate the new life cycle of the hair. It's needed. And speaking of the hair cycle, let's break it down in the most simplest way so you can understand what hair shedding is all about. The first phase is anagen phase, what's known as the growing phase. This is like the time when plants start growing. Your hair is actively growing during this phase. It's getting longer and stronger, just like plants, reaching for the sunlight, and it takes 2 to 7 years. Next up, you have the transition phase, catagen. After a while, your hair takes a break. It's like when plants stop growing for a bit and take a rest. During this phase, your hair isn't growing much, but it's just staying in place, lasting for about 2 to 3 weeks. Next up, we have the telogen phase. This is the time when the hair is getting ready to fall out, making space for new growth. It's similar to the period when plants drop their leaves to prepare for the new ones, and it takes about 2 to 4 months. And lastly, we have the exogen phase or the shedding phase. This is the part when the plant leaf is fully ready to fall off and finally says goodbye to the branch, which takes a couple of days. Your hair shedding is happening anywhere from the telogen phase to the exogen phase. And remember, not all hairs are in the same phase at the same time, which is why you always have a mix of short and long hairs on your head. Does that make sense? And there are some factors that influence more shedding than usual that you should know of as well. The first is hormonal changes. Fluctuations in hormones, for example, pregnancy, childbirth, or menopause, can affect the hair cycle and lead to what's called temporary shedding. In other words, you'll get into the telogen and exogen stages faster. Physical stress like big life changes that happen like a divorce, a bad breakup, bankruptcy, all of these are known to push you into what's called telogen effluvium. And this is where you have a large number of hair follicles enter the telogen phase simultaneously. It usually lasts around 6 months, except for cases of chronic telogen effluvium, which can last longer.
Say, for instance, people have surgery all the time, and they'll say after surgery their hair sheds, but it comes back because that surgery was stressful, and after that stress is gone, the hair does come back.
Then you have nutritional deficiencies that cause shedding too. Not getting enough iron, biotin, and zinc are the big players. Funny enough, minoxidil causes hair shedding too, which I made a detailed video on here, which you should definitely check out. But hold on, isn't that a contradiction? Isn't that supposed to make your hair grow, not shed? Here's what it does. Topical minoxidil shortens the telogen phase. If you shorten this phase, what are you essentially doing? You're speeding up the next phase, exogen, which means your hair will naturally fall out. It is just sped up, and that's what it means by making the anagen phase come sooner, the growing phase. Once it's an anagen again, it actually increases the hair follicle size, and minoxidil shedding will only last around 8 weeks. And the good news is, after 4 months of consistent use, you'll start to see noticeable hair growth and there will be no more shedding. Most people start to give up once they see this shedding happening and don't understand the process. Send them this video as it may help explain it to them a little better. So let's say your hair is in the telogen and exogen stage, right? And you're shedding. Is there things that you need to be doing in this stage? I would give you 3 tips to focus on. 1, drink enough water to stay hydrated every day. 2, switch to a gentle hair care routine, so no harsh styling products. 3, control stress by practicing stress-reducing activities such as meditation, yoga, or deep breathing exercises. You don't need to make it fancy, just something that will help you get to a healthy cortisol response. If you want, you can even incorporate gentle scalp massages, which can improve blood circulation in the meantime. Now that we got through the ins and outs of hair shedding, How is that different than actual hair loss though? Excellent question. Hair loss is also known as alopecia and refers to either a partial or complete loss of hair from areas of the body where it normally grows, like the scalp, eyebrows, eyelashes, and other parts of the body. You have the main type being androgenetic alopecia, or male and female pattern baldness, which for the most part is hereditary. Tying back to the AR gene and the 5-alpha reductase genes, SRD5A1 and SRD5A2, which means it's polygenic.
Testosterone is becoming converted to dihydrotestosterone in the hair follicle by an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. And when it attaches to the androgen receptor in the hair follicle, it causes the follicle to produce a smaller hair.
It could come from the mother or father side, not just the mother side, how we used to think. In men, it often leads to a receding hairline and balding on the top of the head, but women experience more thinning than men do. You also have a condition known as alopecia areata, which is an autoimmune condition where the immune system mistakenly attacks the hair follicles, leading to patchy type of hair loss. Then there is traction alopecia, which is said to be caused from backpacks and tight ponytails and hairstyles. Insert Ariana Grande ponytail for an example. Grande actually responded to it by saying that she gets it. She's in constant pain always and doesn't care at all. And lastly, anagen effluvium, where you have exposure to toxins or certain types of chemos. The good news is that your hair will grow back once the treatment ends. And remember guys, hair loss is multifactorial. I'm sure you've heard me say that multiple times on this channel. Sometimes it's not just one case that you could pinpoint to. There could be a combination. That's why identifying the root causes, no pun intended, is going to be essential to figuring out how to tackle your own unique case. In the meantime though, I've made tons of videos that look at ways to combat hair loss. I'm obsessed with the research that goes into these solutions, and I highly encourage you to watch some of these videos. I'll leave them for you in the description below. We go over the best oils for hair growth, the best serums. I talk about supplements like Nutrafol, topical finasteride, and much more. Check these videos out and let me know what your thoughts are down below. I'm more curious to actually hear from you guys. If you found my video helpful, you liked my easy to understand hair cycle explanation, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. The inositol. Now, from the limited information that is out there, inositol was found to reduce surface friction of hair as well as improve elasticity of hair. If this actually were to be the case, that's a tremendous benefit just right there, because we know if hair strands are resilient to friction, less hair is going to fall out, which means more hair actually stays on your head.